Welcome to match week 28 in MLS Next Pro. We're in the closing stages of the regular season, and we've got two teams in the heat of the playoff race starting us off this Thursday. Currently on the edge of the playoff pool, Crown Legacy play host to Atlanta United 2, who are hanging on to the slimmest of postseason hopes. Welcome one and all to this broadcast. My name is Mark Schoenster, excited to be describing the action for you here this evening as we kick off the third to final week in MLS Next Pro regular season play. Both these teams looking to make it as one of the top 8 in the East. Right now, Crown Legacy sit in that 8th and final spot. On the other hand, Atlanta United 2 are on the cusp of elimination. They need all 3 points tonight. As we take a look at where they sit in the standings, here's the situation. Huntsville City and New England Revolution 2 are already eliminated. Atlanta United 2 sitting just above that at this point in the season. They need all the cards to fall in their direction, along with them taking care of business in these final 3 matches in order for them to keep their playoff prospects alive. Meanwhile, Crown Legacy can knock out another team in this playoff race if they can get any points out of this game. But of course, they'd like to take all 3 to fend off the likes of Carolina, Chattanooga, Toronto, etc. Let's take a look at the starting lineups. First off, for the home side, led by Kevin Sawchuk, 4 changes from their last matchup. Chitaro Dunze, once again, making his appearance between the sticks, his 16th start in goal. Meanwhile, 2 MLS players, Jamie Patterson, Joao Pedro getting into the starting lineup, and Dylan Singh returning to the top of the formation here. The rest of the lineup is the same as it was in their last matchup. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, just 2 tweaks for Steve Cook. Caden Moore slotting in at the center back spot. And up top, Kareem Timimi, who is the team's leading goal scorer, in many occasions comes off the bench. As a matter of fact, half of his appearances this season have come off the bench, but this time he gets the start in this, his 25th appearance of the year. So now you've got the starting lineups. Now it's worth mentioning Mohamed Hassan will be our head official this evening, donning the red referee uniform. Welcome you in here to Mecklenburg County Sportsplex in Matthews, North Carolina. It'll be visitors, Atlanta United 2, that will get things going here, going right to left. Meanwhile, the home side, Crown Legacy, left to right. And we are underway in week 28, and we're underway in this game between Crown Legacy and Atlanta United 2. Hope you're having a fantastic Thursday as we get closer to the weekend here. Good full slate of MLS Next Pro matches for the rest of this weekend, but the lone fixture tonight. Let's see how these 2 teams fare against each other. Still a lot to be decided as far as the Eastern Conference is concerned. As this ball is slipped through. Opportunity early, it's saved. Jaden Hibbert stretches out to stop it, but it'll keep going. This one knocked out of bounds. Tiger Smalls with the first chance of the evening. Good early reaction, though, from the 20-year-old goalkeeper. Keeps this one scoreless in the opening moment of the match. He's able to find the seam. So a great pass over to him. Tried to pick out that left corner, but Hibbert was up to the task on that occasion. Jaden Hibbert getting his 17th start of the season. So both teams having their typical guy in net for this matchup. Over 30 appearances this year combined between the 2 goalkeepers. Crown Legacy team. Last time out, suffered a 2-1 loss on the road against their in-state rivals, Carolina Court. They scored a great combination in the second half of that game as another opportunity arrives for Smalls. But once again, Jaden Hibbert makes the stop. So some bright opening moments here for Crown Legacy. They're looking to get on the board here early, take control of this game. Let's see if from the set piece they could have better luck. The go-ahead's been given. That ball dips down, and it's headed upward and booted away by Atlanta United 2. Singh, that's a lovely touch. Dylan Singh slides it across. A close encounter once again. Dylan Singh creating that opportunity, slides it across, nearly connecting with Berchimas, but it goes out of bounds for a corner kick. It is a flurry early on in this affair. No one in the landing point of that corner, and it'll end up being harmless at the end of things. Absolutely bright start here for the home team. Several opportunities. Might already be at the point in the game where they're bemoaning the fact that it's still 0-0, only 4 minutes in. Had a great combination, scoring in the second half on the road against Carolina Court. Tied that game 1-1 last time out, but then a penalty was awarded and converted upon in the 64th minute to win it for Carolina Court. Crown Legacy nearly equalized right at the end of that game. It was a chaotic moment, but didn't quite fall through for them, so ended up taking the loss and this opportunity to bounce back and hang on to that final spot. Given the way the standings are actively, they now slide up to 7th place over Chicago Fire 2. Here's the deal. The way the Eastern Conference is laid out, although coming into this game, they sat in that 8th and final spot, which would make you think that they're just barely hanging on to a playoff spot. If they could string together 2 or 3 wins here in this final window of matches, the difference between 3rd place and 8th place coming into today is 5 points. Orlando currently sitting at 43, all the way up to the 3rd place spot. So if you can have a strong end of the season, you can really help your seeding. Another feeded ball, it's loose. A little bit of a miscommunication here. Played to Singh, and the offside flag goes up. It was a hectic moment, but the scoreline will remain the same. Atlanta United 2 will be heaving a sigh of relief. Must have been playing advantage there because there was nowhere in that scuffle that a player was offside. Perhaps some contact was the official decision from the official. United 2, Steve Cook's side, coming off a 6-3 loss at home against Huntsville City. That scoreline don't think quite tells the whole story. They were down 4-0 in the first half before Noble Okello got one in before the halftime whistle. They scored 2 more goals in the second half to make it a 4-3 game with under 10 minutes to go. But then Huntsville put to bed a couple minutes later, and then a penalty was awarded moments after that to solidify the 6-3 victory for the away side in that affair. Another ball across. One on the receiving end of it. Definitely a lot of heart displayed in that one by the Atlanta United 2 players. You go down 4-0, that's something that can very easily shoot one's confidence, but they kept at it, kept playing their game, and eventually made it a close encounter once again. But of course, mounting a comeback is an exhausting effort. Dominic Chonqui. Get back to Caden Moore. One of the 2 changes in the starting 11 from that game as Hibbert just gets that one away. That one took a glance out. It'll stay in visitor possession. Firmino. Kello distributes it out to the right-hand side for Kawasmi. Returns the favor. Noble Okello launching this one to Chonqui. It's headed away. Handled there by Nicholas Gardina. Playing it back. Armas with an impressive season so far, both in the goal contribution category of 7 goals, 2 assists, but also he's a player who hasn't missed a single minute of action this season. That's number 86 on Atlanta United 2. Chonqui. The push there on Nicholas Gardina means a whistle is blown by our head official. Once again, that's Mohammed Hassan. Tripped up there. Quick early flurry from Crown Legacy. They come out of it empty-handed. Several quality opportunities in those first 5 minutes of action. We'll look to conjure up more of those. Once again, this one will bend around and out for a goal kick. One player they'll be looking to find in those combinations, of course, is Aaron John, otherwise known as AJ. After his assist last week, he became the first player this year to get into double digits in assists on the season. He leads the league with 10 of them. So definitely playing the role of provider many occasions and finisher, because he's also got 8 goals, which leads the side. Chonqui gets tripped up, and set piece opportunity here for Atlanta. It's the last of 5 games in the stretch of 23 days for Atlanta United 2. In case you can't quite do the math in your head on that one off the cuff, that's about every 4.5 days a game, 4 of which have been on the road. And then they've got another game in about 4 or 5 days from now on Tuesday against Inter Miami 2, as this ball is driven across. The run was being made, but just a little bit too late. It's been busy, busy times for Steve Cook, his staff, and the players. They make sure they manage the wear and tear, the travel, the quick turnarounds in preparation. This one to Chongqui, now inside to Okello. Atlanta have now settled their way into this game after having to absorb and withstand that quick opening from Crown Legacy, and they've done so without taking a hit on the scoreboard. Sit up ahead, Firmino combining with Armas there. There's Dominic Chongqui. Can't get by Scardina. It's gonna be a great experience though for Dominic Chongqui, just 16 years old, the academy kid, matched up against a first-team loanee in Nicholas Scardina. It's one of the great benefits of this league, of course. You get a chance to throw in some of these academy guys into these matches and throw them up against guys who have played minutes in the MLS. Even look at this lineup for Crown Legacy tonight. Jamie Patterson, Joao Pedro have both played Charlotte FC this season, along with Bill Tulioma, who's also out there. It's an experienced back line, so all 3 of them are there. You move up to the front line. They got to deal with the likes of Tiger Smalls and Nimfasha Berchimas, who have also played with the first team. You've got the confidence laid down and you have that foundation. There's not many things better than going up against someone who's at that next level. Firmino work his way forward. It's a lovely ball to Chongqui. He sends this one across. Chasing after it was Tamimi, but he couldn't get there in time. And now a foul right on the edge of the byline. Free kick for Crown Legacy. But this is an Atlanta United 2 team that has certainly acclimated themselves into this match now. Shout out that ball again from Nick Firmino. Wonderful pass over to Dominic Chongqui to get that one going. Scardina tracking this one down. Nicholas Scardina trying to shake off Chongqui. There's already been several battles between those two this evening as this one's whipped in. And the header goes over top, off target. Here's a look at it again. Scardina. Not a bad ball. Dylan Singh will want to have done better there. Whatever goal you're saving for, we're all better off with an Ally. Ally, the official bank of Charlotte FC. Ally Bank, member of FDIC. It's the sixth rendition of this matchup in the history of MLS Next Pro. It's been a pretty lopsided series so far. Crown Legacy have the edge 4-1 against Atlanta United 2. Last time they met was at this same venue in July, 2-1 scoreline in favor of Crown Legacy. Here's Carlton, making some moves, now shooting, and it glances off the center back, Tulioma. Smalls, showing some good footwork. Tiger Smalls, that's a good ball, as this one's chipped up and claimed. Tried to finesse that one, but Jaden Hibbert was in the right spot to handle it with ease. We chest this one down. Carlton once again. Chipped that one up, and Firmino couldn't get on the end of it, and he was offside either way. Bill Tuiloma, 29 years old. Doing another start here with Crown Legacy. Carlton trying to sift through all the black jerseys, but proved too difficult. He was able to get his team a throw-in, so not an entirely lost effort. Dylan Singh keeps his footing. Tried to tap that one ahead for Patterson. Timimi switches this one over. Now, it's a pair of blue jerseys storming down that right-hand side. Kawasmi is it right back. That pass behind the intended target. Patterson chasing it down in the right channel now. Patterson sends in the cross. No one on the end of it. Worth reiterating, Atlanta United 2 currently with an active 32 points, 31 coming into this game. Not mathematically eliminated yet, but the situation is pretty dire for them at this moment. They need all 3 points in this game to stay alive. They need all 3 points in every match they play up to the end of the season, excuse me. in the scenario that they get all 9 points they could acquire at this point, that would put them at 40, which would tie them with Crown Legacy in that 8th and final spot. So that means Crown Legacy would have to not get any more points for the rest of the season, because that too would eliminate Atlanta United 2. Nor can any of the teams between Crown Legacy and Atlanta surpass that 40-point mark. But it goes even beyond that, because we'll put a hold to this up in just a moment as Berchimas works his way into the attacking third. Patterson floats it up, and it's headed back to the goalkeeper. So continue that thought. Even in the scenario that Crown Legacy does not get any more points this season, Atlanta wins out, and no other team surpasses that 40-point mark, it would still come down to the second tiebreaker between Crown Legacy and Atlanta United 2, which would be goal differential. And at this current moment, Crown Legacy is at a +5, Atlanta United 2 is at a -20. So with just 2 games plus the rest of this game, a lot of goals need to be scored by Atlanta United 2. So that's their situation. Crown Legacy, of course, not currently in a spot to be eliminated, not currently in a spot where they could start clinching a playoff spot, so they just need to keep grinding out results, staying ahead of the pursuers underneath the playoff line. Couple of headers, does away with that chance. Whistle away from the ball. And appears to be a free kick for the home side. Berchimas. Tried to knife that one inside. That's a good turn, and a free kick has been awarded. Pedro getting tripped up there, and a yellow card, first of the evening, has been issued. Let's take a look at what earned the booking here once again. Noble Okello, one who got his foot in there, so will be the guilty party. The 8th yellow card of the season for Noble Okello.
To Atlanta United's number 45, Noble Okello Ayo, in the 26th minute.
See what Crown Legacy can do from this set piece. Pedro whips it in. It's a great ball, but an even better save off the head of Tulioma. Pedro to Tuioloma makes the header, but Jaden Hibbert, who's been asked to make a couple of stops here already, knocks that one over the bar for a corner kick. Came into the game with 71 saves on the season, and he's already racked up a couple more. Ball's driven in, headed towards goal, and another save. Jaden Hibbert standing on his head early in this fixture. That's a tough stop. Quick reaction. And yet another denial courtesy of the goalkeeper. Not a bad ball there, but it's headed away. This game is still scoreless, and the biggest reason for it is the 20-year-old goalkeeper from Teaneck, New Jersey. Jaden Hibbert keeping his team in this one. There's already been several occasions that an observer would think that Crown Legacy were bound to score, but Jaden Hibbert has been quality thus far. Jack Neely, the captain, tried to rifle it up the pitch. Smalls slicing that one up ahead, and the only one there for it is Timimi. He's being chased down now. Hibbert provides the clearance. Plays this one back to the captain. Crown Legacy will once again go into the attacking third here. Floated ball up, headed away by Kawasmi. Third of the way through this match. At this point, maybe a bit shocking that we're still out 0-0 despite some of the opportunities we had in this one, especially for Crown Legacy. Right now you have to say the player who has impressed the most has been the goalkeeper for Atlanta. May be a yellow card there for Timimi. His boot went up high. We'll wait to see if he's going to get a booking for the offense, or we'll get off with a warning just this time. Bill Tuioloma, the one who got hit, he's going to end up needing to be checked up on. Looks like Timimi will not be getting a yellow card for that offense. May have broken skin a little bit here as we take a peek at it again on the replay. I mean, it's a tough situation as a player. And that ball is in the zone where you can get your foot up to touch it. You have to be cautious about the fact that even if you can get your foot up there and make contact with the ball, doesn't necessarily mean it's fair game to do so. It's the same scenario you get when you have the choice to attempt the bicycle kick. Just because you can do it doesn't necessarily mean it is fair play to. Safety of the players, especially around that head and neck area, so important. So Tui Loma will have to get waved back onto the pitch here. Right official Mohammed Hassan blows his whistle and get things going again here. Neely goes back to his keeper as Tui Loma makes his way back onto the pitch. Not the first time today that Dominic Chongqui has shown his propensity to settle the ball nicely. He's had a lot of minutes this year, the youngster. He's demonstrating how the coaching staff has had that kind of faith in him. Firmino continuing his run, and he gets the ball back. Still Firmino with the ball. Trying to get that one loose, but in a 2-on-1 situation, it was always going to be quite the task to pull off. And now Smalls on the other end. Tiger Smalls squares it across. Here's Pedro. Played along for Berchimas. And the sliding challenge knocks this one out. At Atrium Health, we don't just treat part of you, we treat all of you so you can enjoy those winning moments that matter. Atrium Health, the official healthcare partner of Charlotte FC. Scardina. It's in another cross, takes a bounce. Here's an attempt. Knocked away. Sango Kiza with the service. Dylan Singh couldn't get it away. And now Crown Legacy will push again. They've been asking the questions all half, but they haven't found an answer yet. Smalls. Berchimas now. Back to Tiger Smalls, and Smalls shoots. It skips into the hands of Jaden Hibbert. Another opportunity gone by for Crown Legacy. And Carlton just loses control of the ball, giving possession right back to the home side. This ball sent ahead for William Sango-Kiza. Sango-Kiza, a player that early in the year, Kevin Sawchuk described that he's a winner, a warrior. Said his mindset is something to take note of. Told me that this is a player who finds a way to win. That's his superpower. William Sango-Kiza has gotten better on the ball, has always been super smart off the ball. I mentioned you'd think he was 25 with the level of maturity he has. He's 19 years old, from Ecuador. Playing in that holding midfielder role for Crown Legacy, number 43. able to get that one over to Caden Moore, the center back, who exchanges it with Ethan Dudley. Those two anchoring that back line this evening. Armas laying it up ahead, but could not reach the intended target. Looking to connect with Matias Gachardo. Neely with the lovely ball up ahead for Scardina. Scardina to the top of the 18. Patterson couldn't bring it in. Now Okello can push the tempo. He sends Tamimi running. Kareem Tamimi, the Frenchman, cuts inside. Still with it. Squared it across to Firmino. Firmino shoots! And for the first time today, Chituru Odunze needed to react. Nick Firmino letting it fly from outside the 18. And it will be a corner kick, so Odunze did get a touch on that one. Been a lot of action on the other end of the pitch. And now Atlanta United 2 get the opportunity to take their first corner kick of the evening. Gachardo. Play to the top of the 18, Armas now sends it in, headed down by Tui Loma. Armas with another service. Kept in play, dipping down, caught by Odunze, and he had to tuck that one close to his chest as he was right along the boundary. So some bright moments there for the visiting side. Minutes in, still scoreless here as the whistle blows in favor of the home team. Through 0-0 your scoreline despite some quality chances. When it comes to the level of performance, Kevin Sawchuk will have to be pleased with the way his guys have created the chances. Of course, he'd like to be up a goal or two at this point. But resilience and response has been shown by Steve Cook's team. Steve Cook, a coach with a bevy of experiences under his belt. Coaching in the Seattle Sounders system, along with Phoenix Rising, OKC Energy, Colorado Rapids, and across the pond with Sheffield Wednesday's Academy. So he's seen his fair bit of the sport. Different ranks, different leagues. Kevin Sawchuk coming in as an assistant last year for Crown Legacy and took over during this season. It's Carlton, chips it up ahead. Didn't quite have the width it needed to reach the running Nick Firmino. Scardina. Tapping out wide for Smalls. Smalls with the lofted cross. Bounces down. Berchimas tries the shot. It was closed off by Kawasmi. It lost off its bite once it went through the right back. Getting end to end here as both sides look to create that difference-making chance before the whistle. Timimi earns his team another corner kick. He's trying to shift open a window. United to not going to rush this one. I'll be content with this being one of the last chances that takes place here in the first half, as it's Gallardo who takes it short. Armas back to Carlton. That one closed off immediately by Patterson. Armas with a good step. Firmino lets it run. Maybe he let it run just a little bit too far as he tried to wrap around and whip in the cross. Smalls has Scardina running and he gets it to him. Scardina, poor touch, and Chong Kui immediately recognizes it. Firmino doing well to track back there to maintain possession for the visitors. Now Kawasmi.
The fourth official has indicated that there will
That's a lovely ball over the top for Firmino. Firmino just gets it away, but Timimi wasn't able to get there. Bit of a jersey tug, but no whistle blown. Looks like we're gonna get 2 minutes of added time here. United trying to author the last chance of the half as Carlton plays it out to Chong Kui. His ball sent inside. Armas collects it. Okello can shoot from here. He does so. Bounces off the goalkeeper. And then it's stabbed out of bounds for a goal kick. Atlanta United, too, with a couple of opportunities as this half draws closer to its ending. Good sliding challenge wins this back once again for the visitors. Carlton to Armas. He gets it right back, Javier Armas. Stretches out to Gallardo. Kawasmi dragging it to Gallardo right along the boundary. Dudley lays it up ahead. Stepping in is Pedro. This may be the last opportunity of the half for either team. And that'll actually be it there. So despite the bevy of chances for both sides, we sit at scoreless between Atlanta United 2 and Crown Legacy. Coming up, we take another trip to the coach's corner after this timeout. But once again, your scoreline 0-0 between these two after 45.
Toda mi gente lo siente, 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 toda mi gente caliente, toda mi gente lo siente. Toda mi gente suena, en la favela suena, el techo se me llena, toda mi gente lo siente.
Action.
Vamos, dale pues, vamos allá, muévete más loco como solo tú lo sabes. Así es, con las manos en la cabeza, sacúdete, sacúdete, mira, sacúdete. Listen up, all eyes on me, I'll show you who you wanna be. Yeah, yeah, hey. Oh, wow, wow, wow. It's going down, down. You don't want to miss that. It's the new sound. It's the new sound. It's the new sound.
Welcome back to this scoreless match between Crown Legacy and Atlanta United 2. Whitecaps FC2 are looking to make the MLS Next Pro playoffs for the first time ever. Michelle Montaigne caught up with the head coach, former MLS great Ricardo Clark, in the latest edition of Coach's Corner.
What's up, guys? We're back for another edition of Coach's Corner, this time in Vancouver, Canada, with head coach of Whitecaps FC2, Ricardo Clark. Rico, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Second full year as the head coach of this club. What has been the biggest lesson that you learned from year number one that you've used here in year number two?
Yeah, I'd say a big lesson is just learning how to manage the second team environment in general, right? Obviously as a coach, you're naturally turning into a leader, and then you're managing your staff, you're managing players, but within the dynamic of a second team, you're managing up and below, if you get what I say. So, so many different unpredictable factors with the second team. So with all that, you try to, get as organized as you can going into the season, but also just be ready to adapt week to week, but even day to day, right? And integration is something we've sort of tried to evolve within the club and in the second team environment. And with that becomes a lot of unpredictability, right? Yeah, I say within that, just growing in that role and growing in the development space and managing all that to make sure we're getting the most out of the players, I'd say is an area of growth for me through this year after learning from last year.
When it comes to the postseason specifically, you guys are once again kind of hovering right there around that playoff line. What did you learn from last year that you can use to change your playoff fate for this season?
Surprisingly, I think this year we've actually, I'd say, put less focus on making the postseason. I think how we approached, or at least the mindset we tried to approach this year with, especially with instilling it amongst the players, is to just focus on the day-to-day, right? Focus on the day-to-day, how you're maximizing the opportunity whether you're with the second team, whether you're a second team player with the second team player with the first team for the day, whether you're an academy player in with the second team or even first team, just making sure whatever comes about for the day, you're maximizing it, taking advantage of the opportunity and looking to become better within that moment, right, within that day. And then obviously, you know, you progress throughout the week, and on the match day -1, the match day, you know, okay, then it's about in the second team environment, how are we gathering as much information as possible, then contributing it to the game, to perform individually, to help the collective, right, to hopefully have a good performance, and then hopefully the result takes care of itself. I would say with that, the group has done well to sort of take on that mindset, and we found ourselves with 4 games left in the season and right in the playoff hunt. So what we've done, we've kind of corralled the group together, especially the leaders amongst the group, the more experienced players, and asked them what they want. Over these last 5 games, you know, they said they really want to compete to make the playoffs. Okay, so we've set our objectives for the end of the season. We really are taking the approach of having a playoff mindset and making the playoffs this season, and you know, now it's about the action steps within that to hopefully make that happen for the players.
As a former player yourself, I'd imagine a lot of that mindset comes from your experience of going through match day -1, match day, you know, having to deal with the ups and downs of the season. What do you find yourself using most from your playing days now as a coach?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of things, but one thing in particular is sort of having that feeling or empathy for what the player is feeling in the moment, right? To hopefully get them to respond or to motivate them, right? I know players respond to different things, different people, but I think I try to leverage, you know, me being in their shoes at one point, whether it's just for a match day, whether it's just for their general careers and motivating them to hopefully have a sustainable and long career. But I think, again, like I said, just being in their shoes, finding ways and methods for them to respond, to hopefully have them perform for the short term and the long term. Does that make sense?
Yeah, 100%. You touched on the uniqueness of being the head coach of this kind of intermediary level. With that in mind, how do you define success for the club this year? I know you talked about the playoff mindset, but in general, how do you define success?
Yeah, I define success by, I would say, first of all, developing as many players as possible and helping them reach their full potential, right? With that, you know, there's objectives there, right? How many players can we prepare and develop to make sure they're ready for a first team level, right? Obviously it can get better, but I think in regards to a decent amount of players, I feel like some players have reached that level to this part of the season. Obviously, only so many players can make it. So then it's, okay, if it's not here, how we prepared them for maybe another first team environment, right, elsewhere, so that, again, so they can hopefully have a sustainable and long career to keep going about fulfilling their passion.
A long career like this guy had. For you specifically, been in Canada 3-ish, 4 years technically. What has been the most surprising thing to you living in a country where you never lived before joining the staff here?
Yeah, so it's another good question. I would say on the soccer side, I've learned a lot just in regards to just the environment, the Canadian environment, the player pool, especially in Vancouver, sort of trying to navigate through that environment, if you want to say, and the dynamics within that. I think we've tried to provide as many platforms, high-level platforms for these players to develop in and get challenged in, which is, like I said, a different dynamic than maybe in the US. So we want to move towards providing those opportunities for those players the best we can, right? And I think we've made strides with that. Off the pitch, I would say, man, I need to go on more hikes, right? Vancouver is a beautiful place. You know, there's so much to do outdoors, especially in the summertime. Beautiful climate, beautiful scenery, and it's definitely on my bucket list to really go on a proper hike. I just haven't made the time yet, but everybody gives me crap for not getting out as much as I should. But food is great, great cafes, great restaurants, great people. So, you know, my family has adapted, my kids have adapted, coming from Houston, Texas, right? So they're bought into, you know, Dad, we go over wherever Dad wants you know, so he can fulfill his passion and his dream and his job, right? So
That's awesome. How does it feel to have that support?
yeah, it feels awesome. It feels awesome. They're sort of used to it, if
Yeah.
I want to say, through my playing career and now
Yeah.
my coaching career. So I'm happy to have that support and adaptability that the family's able to provide.
Well, we're happy to have you in this league. Rico, thank you so much for the time today.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me.
That does it for this edition of Coach's Corner. Best of luck to the Whitecaps FC2 as they try to make it to the playoffs this year.
Toda mi gente lo siente, toda mi gente lo siente, toda mi gente lo siente, y toda mi gente lo siente, toda mi gente caliente, toda mi gente lo siente. Toda mi gente suena, en la favela suena, el techo se me llena, toda mi gente lo siente.
Action.
All right, MLS store, I need something fresh and clean. Let's see what you got. I need that in my size. I like this. Cream on cream. The fit is cold. I'm ice cream. You like that?
We welcome you back here on MLSNextPro.com. It's the first game of many here in match week 28. Next time you'll be able to catch games are on Saturday at both 3 and 7 p.m., so be sure to tune into those. And then the next time you can see either of these two teams play will be on Tuesday to close off the week, and that'll be Atlanta United 2 at home against Inter Miami 2. But of course, as it always is, Sunday loaded with a lot of great games as we pivot now over to the first half highlights here between these two sides. Somehow, it is still 0-0, and we'll show you why I say somehow, because there was a handful of opportunities for these teams to take the lead, in particular for Crown Legacy at home to get the early advantage. These first few clips you're going to see all happened in the first 5 minutes of the game. But whether it just be a lack of that, just the right amount of sharpness, or Jaden Hibbert standing up to the plate and making the stops he needed to make, like right there and off the corner kick that we're going to see here in just a moment. Here it is. Crown Legacy denied time and time again. And then there would be two opportunities on the other end for Atlanta United too. This the big one, Nicholas Firmino taking the shot, and Chitaru Odunze knocking that one away. And then there would be one more opportunity, Noble Okello having that one knocked away from the goalkeeper, as we now take a peek at the stats at halftime. Lots of shots on target, but 0 goals for Crown Legacy. Meanwhile, Atlanta United 2 actually have the edge in the possession battle, having more of the ball throughout the game, 56% of the ball for that matter. But here we are, 45 minutes in, at the same place we were at the opening whistle, which means that either team can change the tenor and tide of this match in one single moment or just through the general ebb and flow of the game. Let's see how these two teams come out here in the second half now that they've had a chance to debrief and talk about what went down. Perhaps some of the words said by one of these coaches or both will resonate within the players and be that difference in this game. Our head official once again is Mohammed Hassan. And we are back into the fray of things. Crown Legacy going right to left. Meanwhile, Atlanta United 2 going left to right. My name is Mark Schoenster. We welcome you in once again the Mecklenburg County Sportsplex in Matthews, North Carolina, as this one is quickly squared across. Berchimas looking to get on the end of it. Crown Legacy would love to recreate their opening moments from the first half, but then put one of them away. To reintroduce the context of this match, Atlanta United 2, this in their next 2 games to close the regular season. They need to win all of them to keep their postseason hopes alive, along with, of course, other results going in their direction. Crown Legacy get any points here, they officially eliminate Atlanta United 2 from playoff contention. Kawazmi taking this one forward. He has 2 bodies to send it up to. He connects with one of them, and Gashardo drags that one wide. Good opening chance here for Atlanta United 2, but T.S. Gashardo couldn't quite put it on frame. Here's a chip ball over the top in the other direction. Tiger Smalls can't get it past Hibbert. Jaden Hibbert had a case for player of the first half, and he made another stop there. Gashardo has it again. Matias Gashardo sends it inside. Firmino tried to let it slip through. Hefty challenge there. Captain Javier Aramas. But Crown Legacy still with possession. Berchimas marching it forward. Berchimas decides to shoot it. And Hibbert collects another save. Here's a look at that last opportunity. Popped over the top for Smalls, and Smalls got underneath the ball but couldn't bring it high enough to get it out of the reach of Jaden Hibbert. I believe that puts Hibbert at about 8 saves in this game. Carlton lets it fly! Nearly tucking that one in the far post. Not a bad looking shot from Alan Carlton. A lot of pace, and it looked like it had the right sort of direction. Not on frame for Alan Carlton. Searching for his 4th goal of the season. Tiger Smalls can't get by Chongqui. Jack Neely wearing the captain's armband this evening for Atlanta United, excuse me, for Crown Legacy. Hibbert plays it up to Kawazmi. Tight order passing here for Atlanta. They're able to execute. Plays it along to Dominic Jonquit. He had some bright moments in that first half of action. Now Gallardo, the outside of his boot, feeds it inside for Timimi. Carlton trotting forward once again. Plays it ahead to Jonquit. His touch is too loose. Both sides showing some danger here early on, first 5 minutes of the second half. Inside, Smalls takes the shot, can't get it past the center back. Another whipped cross in, and the header off target for Dylan Singh. These two teams trading punches right now, but neither one of them can properly land. Alan Carlton playing it over to Firmino. This is an Atlanta United 2 team with a collection of players that have a vast range of backgrounds and experiences as Gallardo rolls it up ahead. Timimi. Now Gallardo plays it across, parried back inside, Okello! It's denied by Odunze. A prime opportunity for the visitors to take the lead on the road. So wonderfully done, timed perfectly. There wasn't a lot of time to get that one to Okello before he was going to be offside, but they certainly did that. And now it's a corner kick for Atlanta. Service comes bending in, and Berchimas does away with it. This is an Atlanta United 2 team with guys from right in Georgia, other players from around the United States, some in just North America in general, and then others out of the country. But as Steve Cook told me a while back, good players are good players from wherever they are, and bad players are bad players from wherever they are. And that there's no need to rate a player higher just because of where they came from, or maybe even just what nationality of club they've played for. Dominic Jonquit lays that one in. The outside flag goes up. Yeah, a player like Jonquit, who's an academy kid right there in the Atlanta United Academy, versus a guy like, per se, Nick Firmino, who's from Brazil, or Matias Gallardo from the River Plate Academy, or some of these other guys from Europe. They're all, their level of quality is indicated by their individual character. Warning has been issued to a member of Crown Legacy's coaching staff as a whistle blows, denying this opportunity to break away for Timimi. Bill Tuiloma exchanges it with Jack Neely. Now the home side will try to see what they could do with the ball. Been very even-handed here in the second half. Sango Kiza keeps it alive, and it's a corner kick. William Sango Kiza able to slide that one, keep it in the danger zone, asking an Atlanta defender to make a play on the ball. Now it's a corner kick for Crown Legacy. Ball's driven in and parried away by Firmino. After moments ago, an assistant coach for Crown Legacy was given a warning. Now Steve Cook for Atlanta United 2 has been given a warning. No yellow cards. Timimi playing it out wide to Kawasmi, who's got room to work with. Here's Timimi again. Returns it back to Kawasmi. Ramsey Kawasmi sprays it across, and the deflection going towards goal, kept in by Firmino, and it goes over the crossbar. Matias Gashardo just needed to keep that one down. It's a fabulous effort here from Nick Firmino to keep it in the fray. It's perfectly placed, and Matias Gashardo just didn't connect on it right. Some prime opportunities here to start the second half for Atlanta. And yet here we stand at 0-0. That one rolls out of play. Whatever goal you're saving for, we're all better off with an Ally. Ally, the official bank of Charlotte FC. Ally Bank member FDIC. Kiza's fouled there. It'll be a free kick for the home team. Get some spray to mark the spot from Mohamed Hassan. Plays it over to Tuiloma, his 5th appearance with Crown Legacy this season. Pedro keeps it in and earns a corner kick for his team, ripping that one off of Ethan Dudley. Yet another set piece for Crown Legacy. Jamie Patterson, who's over there. On the left corner flag. Falls down, Singh rips it. And it once again glances off of Ethan Dudley and out for another corner, but this time from the right-hand side. Both sides have now had some fantastic opportunities. Which side will have that level of quality needed to put a number on the scoreboard? Fourth being given to Tiger Smalls and Jaden Hibbert. Falls down, cleared away by Okello. Smalls trying to dance through a couple of defenders, gets tripped up, and a yellow card has been given to Nick Firmino. His second yellow card of the season, and it's yet another free kick opportunity. Seemed ambitious here from Tiger Smalls. Two defenders closing in on him, and Dominic Jonquille awaiting him once he split that gap. But he ends up earning a set piece or a side out of it. Sometimes as an attacking player, you just have to go for it. Challenge the other team to make the play to stop you. Can get overcautious sometimes when you have the ball. You don't want to risk losing it, but at the same time, you have to take a risk and end up putting yourself in a position where you can lose the ball in order to score, at least on most occasions. There has to be that level of bravery. Now we await the service. Patterson with a low driver. Berchimas tries to keep it going. That'll be the end of that opportunity. Over 60 minutes through this game, both sides have had the opportunities to take the advantage. But lack of execution, some good goalkeeping. This one scoreless, and now the flag will go up, and Dylan Singh behaving as if he was going to be called off, and maybe his body language there did him in just a little bit. Because it definitely wasn't blown dead immediately after he got the ball. Perhaps it was just a kind of a latency between the head official noticing the flag going up on the sideline and blowing his whistle, but either way, as a player, you got to learn to act like you've never done anything wrong, just in case. Plays it over Patterson. Lost it to the right-hand side. This one played inside. Berchimas still with it. Taps it to his right. He's trying to combine there with Aaron John. But the efforts do not bear any fruit. This one persisting, the shot from John blocked. Berchimas takes the shot, and it's just pawed away by Hibbert. Nimfasha Berchimas, the young teenager, trying to get on the score sheet once again. Hibbert stepping up on another occasion. That cross going to a spot occupied by both Dylan Singh and Nimfasha Berchimas, neither of which getting to it. Berchimas, the homegrown talent, with a couple of appearances with Charlotte FC. Has 5 goals this season. Also has a ton of youth national team experience. Obviously, a big young name in the U.S. soccer landscape. Singh does well there to position himself. Here come Crown Legacy once again. Berchimas gets that one away. A lot of blue jerseys to get through there, and ultimately the defending side prevail. Can they mount a counterattack? Armas out to Firmino. Nick Firmino can't get that one by. Now Armas plays it inside. Well collected by Caden Moore. Jean Kui. Chased down by Timimi. Surveying where to go with this ball. Ends up finding Armas, who, although doesn't get it right on the first touch, there's no one around him, so he's able to bring it in. Okello rips this one, and oh my goodness. That one nearly squeaking in. Atlanta thinking it was going to be a corner kick. It is a goal kick. Chitaru Odunze judging that one as not a shot on target. And although he was correct, that was awfully close. Say one of the members of that goalkeeper group under goalkeeper coach Brian Edwards. Chitaru Odunze, a very serious guy. Excuse me, no, a loose guy. Unlike one of his counterparts, Nick Holiday, who's a little bit more jovial. Likes to throw the jokes around, and Nick Holiday a little bit more stern in his approach as I get that one right. Keep flip-flopping the two of them. It's a very competitive group. Throwing Isaac Walker, who got the start last time out. It's a very competitive group there amongst those goalkeepers. Well, Pedro. Trying to keep possession for his side and ends up hacking at the visiting player. It's Gachardo who goes down. Now Joao Pedro is on the ground. Getting our first personnel change here in a moment. And perhaps it might be for the player down. Once again, that's Joao Pedro. We'll wait to see if that is an injury that's going to take him off the field for the rest of this game. After getting tended to, he'll be all right. Obviously, you always hope for the best case scenario. Brazilian's back up on his feet. Member of the first team now, but not unfamiliar with playing the Crown Legacy banner and jersey. This is his 5th appearance of the season, has 1 assist on the year. But last season was a regular fixture in the lineup for Crown Legacy, had over 25 appearances, played over 2,000 minutes, had 2 goals, 3 assists. So he's familiar with the model, he's familiar with a handful of these guys who were a part of the club last year, and of course has played a couple times with this crew this season. Plays it over to Chong Kui. Carlton returns it back to him. Chong Kui rips it across, earns the glance, and it's a corner kick for Atlanta. Dips down, and Tamimi got contact on it, but not the right kind. Ends up looping away from goal, and we remain scoreless here. Both sides have thrown themselves and given themselves some great chances. We now have a combined 13 shots on target in this game, nearly 30 shots total. And yet it's goose eggs on the scoreline. You're one who subscribes to the expected goals metric. Crown Legacy leads in that category 1.68 to 1.08. We landed at United 2. So we're going to get our first substitution for either side on the evening. We're also going to get another booking here. But Tiger Smalls is going to sub out, and Brian Romero will be subbing in.
A yellow card has been issued to Atlanta United.
Given the yellow card there, his 8th of the season.
Kareem Tamimi, 73rd minute.
Well, Pedro has now just been weighed back onto the field, and he's actually on the ball now. As this one slipped forward nicely. And this one glancing across goal. Berchimas retrieves it. Off of Gallardo. And now we'll finally get that substitution that was mentioned moments ago.
In the 74th
Tiger
minute,
Smalls is out, and Brian Romero is in.
Tiger Smalls.
This will probably be the last time we get the chance to talk about Tiger Smalls. Turned 23 yesterday, so happy birthday to him.
Romero.
Meanwhile, Brian Romero steps in. Some sort of misunderstanding here between the officiating crew, the Crown Legacy coaching staff. Kevin Sawchuk seeming a bit confused, and And now we're going to get a substitution for Atlanta as well. Not being given the go-ahead to throw the ball in yet. And now we've got a player down for Atlanta, so a bit of an awkward moment here in the game. Caden Moore, who's down on the ground. 17 years old from Macon, Georgia. Being entrusted as one of those two center backs for Steve Cook this evening. Caden Moore is back up. He'll make his way off the pitch under his own power. He's also going to be the one subbed out here, so he'll step off. In comes Stephen Herlock.
Substitution for Atlanta United 2 in the 77th
Herlock,
minute.
another
Leaving the pitch,
Academy
number
product.
95,
Still
Caden
currently
Moore.
an Academy
Is
kid
entering the pitch,
for Steve
number
Cook's side.
57, Aaron
17 years
Santana.
old, making his 11th appearance of the season. What's happening now? Brian Romero is being sent off. Need to be waved back on. Very awkward moment in this matchup, that's for certain. See him there right by the midfield line, waiting to be allowed back onto the pitch. Has to be waited to be admitted by the head official. Waiting out there to be waved into this game, Brian Romero. Which means as it stands right now, it's the Crown Legacy team playing down a man. That won't stop them from trying to attack as Berchimas hits that one time. And it goes out for a goal kick. So Romero finally waved back into the game, which is why you hear the chants of the fans as he was allowed back into the game. And it looks like we may be getting another booking to the coaching staff here. It's being given to one of the assistants. Certainly been some misunderstandings and some flaring tempers here, I'm sure. Some impolite things have been exchanged. Hopefully we can get back to the product on the pitch now. Just a little over 10 minutes plus stoppage time to go in this one. Chong Kui has that one glance, the shot doesn't get very far. Chong Kui again. Dancing forward. Finally poked away by Neely. But Atlanta United too, once again, on the prowl, looking for something here. Burlock out wide to Kawasmi. His cross, headed away, but it's chested down by Carlton! Couldn't put it on frame. Some more moments for Atlanta United 2 that just go wide. Worth reiterating, they need all 3 points in this game. Berchimas playing it back to Patterson. Wind-up effort, not on frame. Nicholas Gardina letting it fly. 2 more changes happening now for Kevin Sawchuk.
Crown Legacy FC
First off, Cam Duke is subbing in.
Minute, leaving the pitch,
and then
number
Jonathan
68,
Nianjo.
Dylan Singh. Entering
He'll
the
be
pitch,
stepping in for
number
Dylan Singh.
97, Jonathan Nianjo. Also leaving the
So
pitch,
Nianjo in
number
for
7,
Singh, Duke
Jamie
in for Patterson.
And entering the pitch, number 60, Cam Duke.
He missed the profile on Jonathan Nianjo's younger brother. Definitely worth reading. James Nianjo just won the 2024 Charlotte Academy Player of the Year. It's a whole piece that they posted on their website about it. Last year, Aaron John won that award and is now under a pro contract this year and is leading the league in assists. So it's definitely pipeline there, and if you are successful at the academy level, you're going to get those opportunities to take it the next step. Timimi cutting inside now, lets it fly, deflected away by Tuiloma. Now Chong Kui shoots! At Atrium Health, we don't just treat part of you, we treat all of you so you can enjoy those winning moments that matter. Atrium Health, the official healthcare partner of Charlotte FC. Which of these teams will author the winning moment in this game? In the first half, you would think maybe it would be Crown Legacy, but it has been a toss-up here in the second. Both sides with some clear chances. This one headed upward. Pedro colliding. Pichardo goes down, but play will go on. And now the whistle will blow as it appears wouldn't be. Excuse me, Pichardo back up on his feet now, but still clutching his face. Chong Kui. One-on-one with Scardino once again. Chong Kui still up and he shoots. Couldn't put it on frame. That's turning into a persistent storyline here for Atlanta. They're getting into good spots, into good pockets. And these shots have a lot of heat on them, but they can't quite have the accuracy necessary. This one switched across, looking for Berchimas, but instead, Stephen Herlock is the one who retrieves it. Probably get a good amount of stoppage time tacked on here, given the stop and start nature of the past 15 or so minutes. Berchimas. Pedro looking inside for John. John now has it. Berchimas playing it centrally, cleared away by Armas. Now Neely playing it out wide. Another service comes in, claimed by Hibbert. Another change readying for Steve Cook. Hibbert gets this one away. Let's see just how much gets thrown the direction of these two goals as time ticks away. Neely playing it out wide to Scardina. Now Berchimas. Romero taps it to Scardina. Playing it inside dangerously. It's out for a corner. So the substitution signal goes, and we're going to get 3 changes here. So for Kevin Sawchuk is going to be Filip Mirkovic, who subs in for Aaron John. And then Julian Bravo subbing in for Joao Pedro.
Number 86, Filip Mirkovic. Also leaving the match, number 20, Joao Pedro. And entering the match, number 44,
So the sub
Julian
for Steve
Bravo.
Cook is actually being withheld here, so they'll wait to make those changes. It'll just be Crown Legacy. Here's the corner. Nodded away by Firmino. Falls to Scardina once again. Scardina with the searching ball. Contact there from William Sango-Kiza. Means a free kick for Atlanta. And now Atlanta will make their changes. Rodrigo Neri will sub into the game. He will take the place of Nick Firmino.
United to substitution.
Meanwhile, Ashton Gordon, who scored a fantastic goal in the last match, will sub in for Gallardo.
Entering the match, number 62, Ashton Gordon. Also leaving the match,
Two
number
players
30,
who have scored
Elio
goals this
Nicolas
season
Delgado
for Atlanta United
Ferreiro.
too, and they'd love
And entering the
to
match,
get one here.
Number 43, Rodrigo Neri Gonzalez.
Hibbert lost it up the pitch. Kawasmi, a couple of headers combining. Advantage being played there for a moment. Now Crown Legacy will have possession. Herlock. Bringing it up to Carlton. There's a swarm of black jerseys around him. Carlton doing well there to win the ball once again. He is in a bit of a bind. He earns the foul there. Jonathan Nianjo bearing down on him. He's a big guy, Jonathan Nianjo, standing at 6'2". He's got to be careful as a player with that extra size, because you make contact with the player, it's a lot easier for them to go down, and Can make even bumps that look fair appear not so to officials. Not saying that was the situation there, but just in general. Sango Kiza plays it up ahead. A couple deflections, now it's cleared away by Herlock.
The fourth official has indicated
So we're gonna get
there will
6
be
more
a
minutes
minimum
time
of 6
tacked
minutes
on
of
here.
stoppage time added
Both
to
of
the
these
end
teams
of the
still
half.
looking for the deadlock breaker. Will it be Crown Legacy? Mirkovic. Bravo plays it out wide. Romero playing it inside. Knocked away by Hibbert. Nianjo earns a deflection. And we're gonna get yet another corner kick for the home team. This will be their 10th of the evening. Can they make the most of this one? This one goes up, headed towards goal. Another stop from Hibbert. Jaden Hibbert had himself a huge first half, and he's made the stops he's needed to make here in the second. Tui Loma, played out wide to Romero. Here's a foray inside. Romero trying to slip it to Mirkovic. Here's a shot, deflected away. Crown Legacy still pouring on. Bravo plays it up ahead for Mirkovic. Romero with a nice move. Brian Romero couldn't bend it. They are bearing down here on Atlanta United 2, but still can't break through. Worth reiterating, Atlanta needs all 3 points in this one, so they can't just settle for a draw. Here's Herlock the other way, playing it across. Scampering away and clearing it is Nicholas Scardina. As this one slips through, Nianjo pushing it forward. Nianjo shoots! And Jaden Hibbert, as he has done so many times, makes the necessary deflection. The former UConn Husky, Jaden Hibbert, has been having himself a night. A lot of air on that corner kick. Headed upward by Kawasmi. Nianjo brings it down. Trickles through. Berchimas. Cleared away by Okello. And yet another corner kick for Crown Legacy. They've been pushing. They've been pressing. They've been knocking on this door, but can the home team break through? Just over 90 seconds to go in this game. John Queet boots that one off into the sky. Just one more minute of time to go in this game. Looked like a moment of possession for Atlanta United too, but it was not long lasting. Cameron Duke quickly throws it in. Nianjo taps it back, served across, and Jaden Hibbert catches it easily. Now here's Kareem Tamimi. He's got players running, but his distribution just a split second too late. Can Crown Legacy find something here? Romero has some time to operate. Plays it up top. Wind up shot off target. It's a deflection, and it's a corner kick. One more for Crown Legacy. Can they find all 3 points in this one, or will we be going to a shootout? Words being given here from our head official, Mohammed Hassan. And that will do it here. Scoreless after 90 plus somehow, which means that we're going to be going to the penalty spot. A point will be given to both teams. Now one more is on the line for the two of them. With that, we're going to step aside for a brief moment. We'll be back when the shootout gets started.
At the end of regulation, since the teams are tied on the scoreboard, the match will extend to a shootout, with each team having 5 attempts. If the teams are tied after 5 attempts, they will go to sudden death. The shootout winner will receive an extra point in the regular season standings.
So we welcome you back here to Mecklenburg County Sportsplex in Matthews, North Carolina. Here's a look at the standings. It will be a point apiece for these two sides. That does mean that Atlanta United 2 is officially eliminated from playoff contention. They needed all 3 points in this game. They were not able to find that. So this extra point here is just for something to go home with. Meanwhile, Crown Legacy, every point matters for them, so they'll definitely be hoping to come out of this one with at least 2 points on the evening. Mark Schoenster on comms on the MLS Next Pro.com stream here. This is the situation in the Eastern Conference standings. Now let's take a look over at the West. A bit of a different table. Already 4 teams who have solidified their spot with just the one in the Eastern side. That's Cincinnati, who clinched. Meanwhile, you can see here, North Texas with 54 points this year, doing really well for themselves. St. Louis, the only other team in the 50-point range. Cincinnati is the only side that has the opportunity to join them this weekend in that regard. And then LA and Tacoma also already having guaranteed spots in the playoffs, but it's still a tight race on that bottom half, which is similar to how it looks in the Eastern Conference. An Eastern Conference race that Crown Legacy is right in the middle of. They're entrenched in the race. Every team, just 3 games left. After this one concludes, there'll just be 2 games left for these two sides. 28-game season. This one being match 26. Once again, this is kicking off match week 28 in the MLS Next Pro season. As we'll start, and we'll have penalty kicks taking place on the left end of the Mecklenburg County Sportsplex in Matthews, North Carolina. So it appears that it will be Crown Legacy who will start things off, which means they'll be up against Jaden Hibbert, who had himself one heck of a showcase this evening. 12 saves, 1 clearance from Jaden Hibbert. Holy moly. So Jonathan Nianjo will be the first one to go up to the marker. Crown Legacy with 4 shootout wins this season, which is the same count as Atlanta United 2 this year. Nianjo puts it home. A good start here for Crown Legacy, setting the tone. Now coming in is the captain, Javier Armas. Said it earlier, he's played every minute this season. That's over 2,250 minutes coming into this game. And he's played another whole 90+ minutes. It's very impressive for a player to pull that off, because not only do you have to be of a certain level of quality that you earn the start and you earn the right to play the 90 minutes of every game, but you also have to keep yourself healthy. You have to keep yourself in shape and not take unnecessary risks and challenges throughout games that could put you in compromised spots. The Spaniard runs up, and he finishes it. A tidy, tidy pen. So he levels the scoring once again. You can't get much better than that. Lots of pace, and it's tucked nice and low to the corner. Here's Filip Mirkovic. From Manhattan. Go up to the line and see if he can tuck this one home, make it 2-1 in favor of the home side. Once again, points so important for Crown Legacy. And he's got this one. The 22-year-old takes a corner and does so swiftly. Here's Noble Okello, a player that Steve Cook has a lot of praise and admiration for. From Toronto, he'll go up against Chitaru Odunze. These are two tall players going up against each other. Noble Okello 6'5", Odunze 6'7". And Okello is good. The tall midfielder puts that one up high. Now in comes Nimfasha Berchimas. 16 years old. And already so much experience under his belt. And Crown Legacy are 3 of 3, and it's another well-taken pen. And Nimfasha Berchimas will go over to his teammate Odunze. give him some extra encouraging words. Now it's Alan Carlton, who had some heaters for shots in this game, but couldn't put them on frame. Will he be able to rip one from the penalty marker, pick one of those corners? Best, 21-year-old goalkeeper from Raleigh. Carlton steps up to the plate, and it's saved! Chitaru Odunze with the first stop in this shootout. It is now a defined advantage for Crown Legacy. Can Nicholas Scardina really apply the pressure to the visitors? Scardina from Portland, Oregon. Puts this one away, had the stutter. And now it's do or die for Atlanta. They need 2 goals and 1 save between them to keep this shootout going. It'll be Kareem Tamimi, the team's leading goal scorer, at 9 goals this season. The Frenchman, in his 2nd year with the club, has 15 goals throughout his tenure with Atlanta United too. Can he keep this one alive for his side? Yes, he can. Four to 3 from the penalty spot. And now coming in is Julian Bravo. He has the opportunity to close this one out for Crown Legacy. Earn them another point here as they look to keep hold of one of those playoff spots. Bravo for the tiebreaker, and he scores! Perfect from the spot. Crown Legacy victorious in the penalty kick shootouts over Atlanta United 2. So they'll get the extra point and put themselves in a slightly better position as they continue their push for the MLS Next Pro playoffs. And although Crown Legacy, the official victors of the game, tonight's man of the match is going to be Jaden Hibbert of Atlanta United 2. And this player of the match is presented by Adidas. And you just look at that stat, that's why he earns a clean sheet off of 12 saves. Just a phenomenal performance from him. A couple of really highlight-worthy reactions throughout the game. And then his name was called often right in that final stretch to at least get his team a draw and get him the clean sheet, which is oh so important for the goalkeeper. It's actually his first clean sheet. So congratulations to him as we wrap things up here for our entire MLS Next Pro broadcast crew. I'm Mark Schoenster. Once again, our final score 0-0 with Crown Legacy winning in the shootout. Don't forget, you can watch MLS Next Pro all season long at MLS Season Pass on Apple TV and MLSNextPro.com. Hope you all have a good night.
This copyrighted broadcast of Major League Soccer may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Major League Soccer.